In this video, I'm probably gonna lose a lot of money because with bringing this video, I'm gonna filter out a bunch of potential clients which would start working with me, and I'm gonna be super honest what it actually takes to become successful in dropshipping. I'm not gonna tell you that everybody can make it and it's for everybody, it's just not. The vast majority of people who start dropshipping fail because of a couple of reasons. Number one is they don't have a proper strategy. Number two is that they don't know how to face problems. And number three is that they just quit. Basically, it's always one out of those three. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it takes to actually become successful. And if you are gonna see that some of the criteria I'm gonna talk about are describing you, then I would probably recommend you to stop dropshipping entirely. And it's not a big deal. To be honest, business is not for everybody. And I respect everybody who wants to be an employee or who basically understands that this is better for them than actually being self-employed. Because being self-employed actually brings a lot of problems with you, and you have to just know that they exist before you actually commit to this and actually get started properly. Also, I'm constantly having free consultation sessions with people who potentially want to work with me. In that call, if I see that the person is just not built for being a businessman or just not built to actually do dropshipping properly, I decline that person. For me, it's not about the money which I would get from a person getting into the first program. For me, it's about the long-term relationship. I want to keep working with everybody long-term, and I know that if I provide the right value and if a person starts to make more money, I'm gonna upsell them constantly again and again. I'm gonna sell them the next program and the next one, and that's how I basically do a lot of money with the coaching. However, if I just have a person who's just gonna buy the first program and then quit after a couple of months, I'm not into that. I don't really care about that money, and I basically decline that person. Before you commit, you have to understand if dropshipping is for you or if it's not. And the good news here is that it's pretty simple to understand if dropshipping is for you or not. Because in other fields, it's quite the opposite. If you have a person who's gonna study law for, let's say, 6 years, they're basically doing all of that, then have their first couple of weeks in the actual job, and then they realize that this is not for me. I just don't enjoy doing this. I don't like it. That's wasted 6 years. 6 years of your life are just gone like that. However, in dropshipping, it's pretty straightforward, and you're gonna see very quickly if something is for you or it's not. So dropshipping is one out of the two. Either it's a pure money-making machine, basically you just want to do it because it's gonna make you money, you don't necessarily enjoy it, you just make it for the money, which is totally fine because a lot of people basically don't have the best job, and the job is also not super fun. And if you have the decision of not having a fun job and not making a lot of money, and having a not the funnest job, which is dropshipping, and making a lot of money, obviously the second one is best. And you also can get rid of dropshipping at some point after you build a capital. After you build a decent budget, you can do something else. You can get into real estate, you can build another business, or you can just chill out for a couple of years because you want to do other stuff. Whatever the goal here is, if it's only about the money, that's totally fine, but you have to understand it. And also, it's gonna require way more discipline to actually get successful in this if you don't enjoy it. It's possible, but you have to be very disciplined. If you're not a disciplined person and you don't enjoy the process of doing dropshipping, of doing marketing, of doing all the stuff which dropshipping requires, this is not gonna work out for you. You have to be very disciplined if you actually don't enjoy the process. Because quite unlike in a regular job, nobody's gonna motivate and push you here. If you're bad at the thing you're doing in a regular job, pretty quickly the boss is gonna come and gonna tell you that you're not doing the right thing, and that you either are gonna get fired or you have to do this properly. However, in dropshipping, nobody's gonna tell you nothing. Basically, you're up to yourself, and you have to push yourself to actually do a good job. However, there's a second group of people, and that group of people are the ones who are obviously into the dropshipping thing for the money. However, they also enjoy the process. If you enjoy the process of solving problems and doing marketing, this is a very different story. If you enjoy that, it's gonna be much easier, and the discipline is not gonna be required as much. Obviously, you still need to do the right things, but if you enjoy it, it's much easier. And you have to understand that solving a problem is divided into two parts. Number one is finding the solution, and number two is actually solving the problem. Those two things are very different. Finding a solution is completely different than actually solving the problem. And I would consider myself really good at finding solutions. However, I'm, to be honest, not the best at actually solving the problems. So that's also one of the reasons why I enjoy the coaching part so much, because I just need to find a solution and the person actually has to implement the solution in their business and do the things which are needed. So I would consider myself very good at solving the problems, because I basically saw a lot of problems which I had to overcome and also help other students with. And also in general, if you start to understand how to think about a problem, you start to understand how to find the solutions. You just need to understand that you either have to be extremely good at finding solutions, or you just have to be able to execute solutions which are going to be presented to you if you have the right person who's going to guide you. And let me quickly list all the things you need to become successful in dropshipping. Number 1 is you have to be a problem solver. Number 2, you have to be disciplined. Number 3 is you have to make the decision to keep going, and no matter what's going to happen, you are not going to quit. Number 4 is that you don't have any ego involved and that you can actually let yourself be helped by other people who already did the things which you need to do. The next thing is to have the ability to break down situations and keep a clear mind. All of these characteristics are learnable. However, dropshipping is not as easy as people portray it on YouTube. It's not the get-rich-quick scheme, which most people are telling you about on YouTube. It's a legit business and you have to actually put an effort to make this work. So just to make it clear, you're gonna face a lot of problems between you right now and making a good living from dropshipping. There's gonna be a lot of problems to overcome. However, the reward is worth it. If you actually keep going and finally get to a successful point in dropshipping, everything in your life is gonna change. You're gonna be completely free of number 1, location, and number 2, your time. You're gonna be independent, as in you don't have to work every single day an X amount of hours. You can just work for a couple of hours per day, you can be wherever you want and do whatever you want to do. This is a crazy proposition. Imagine you could actually be wherever you want and do whatever you want whenever you want. That's a crazy thing to say. And again, this is just a thing which you're gonna have after facing all of the problems and overcoming them. Also, you're gonna grow so much as a person. As a person, you're gonna become completely different because you're gonna be able to solve problems not only in the field of dropshipping, but in life in general. So I would say that people who are good in any sort of field, I mean really good, are better people in general. If you can become very good in one field, that means that you're a better person in terms of your ability to learn, your ability to overcome problems, and your ability to keep pushing. Those 3 things make you fulfilled, because every single problem you're gonna face in the future, you know that you already solved way harder things and this is gonna be easy for you. So, you heard everything I just said. If you still think that dropshipping is a business model which you are interested in, then maybe you actually are a good fit for the program which I'm providing. Click the link below and sign up for a free consultation session with me personally. We're gonna figure out if this is actually a good fit. And again, I'm not selling you a magic pill here. I'm just providing most of the solutions for the problem you're about to face because I've already had them, or if I didn't have them, at least some of my students did. But again, I'm gonna solve them for you, but you have to execute. You have to do the things I'm gonna tell you to make this work. So, sign up for a free consultation session, click the link below, and if you also enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. Take care.